Hey, this is Daryl Olson from the Jackson Fishing Team, and we're going to be tying a series of flies for a upcoming Fly Fishers International for the Southeast Region event up at Morehead City for False Albacore and bull reds, I guess. But I'm going to start the series off by tying up some flies for the False Albacore, and they're primarily going to be to mimic two types of bait fish. One's the brown anchovy, and the one that we're going to tie up today will be the silversides. And it's a both flies will be a take on the Clouser minnow, but we'll be also tying up some gummy flies related to those two bait fish and some surf candy, and we'll just see how that goes. I'm hoping that it's something that you'll consider tying, or maybe even consider looking into Fly Fishers International and see what they're all about. All right, let's take a look at the fly. All right, this is my take on a silverside, and it's again, it's a Clouser imitation, but we will take a look at the materials and as I tie up this other one. All right, let's get going. The hook I'm going to use is a saltwater streamer TMC 811S in a size 2, and what we'll do is we're going to debarb the hook. Maybe that's my disadvantage for these fish I've never caught before. And I'm using some 210 Denier in white, and I'll probably hopefully I won't run out. I can build this fly. If not, I'll have to get another spool. We'll trim off the excess. And I'm using some medium Sparkle Eyes. They kind of got sparkle in there. And I like to use them as my measuring gauge. And I'll put that down for now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some Lateral fishing scale line. You can use maybe regular, but it's got little ripples in it. And one side has got ridges and the other side is sort of smooth. But I'm going to start off with putting that on before I do the eyes. This is kind of like the lateral line I envision on the silversides. And then I'm going to fold it around. and trying to keep it on the side of the hook. And we'll trim that off right there. And now we'll again measure where our thread is to make sure we're an eye width behind the, and we'll go ahead and secure our dumbbell eye. And we'll helicopter around to tighten that up. I apologize, these white flies always give me a somewhat of a problem. On there. Next I'm going to take some white bucktail, try to get it in this area here. It's not as, it won't flare as bad. And remember on bucktail or any type of fiber that sometimes less is better or less could be more on there. And we want to try to keep these flies around no longer than 3 inches, because they're not very big bait fish. Counter spin so my thread goes back a little bit, and we're just going to use some loose wraps right here. That wasn't too loose. And now that I'm doing this on camera, it's not going to cooperate too well. There, I got it, but I'm not too happy with that. But it'll work. I'll make it work. And I'm going to kind of open wrap through here. And since it didn't quite work, I want to open up my eye a little bit. trying not to burn my thread. I'll turn mine over and I'm going to add a little bit more white to the top because this fly will swim upside down. Kind of clean that out a little bit. Maybe get rid of some of these long ones. And we're going to want this to be roughly the same length. And then we'll trim off a little bit of this. And I need to clean that out again a little bit. And then, like most bait fish, they have a little darker top, so I'm going to add some Gray Ghost topping just to darken the top up a little bit. It won't need as much, it's just a hint, this is kind of hard to see in there, but I'll clean that out as well. And I want this to be about the same length. So I'll trim that off a little bit. And tie that on the top. On there. And I got maybe just enough thread to give it a couple whip finishes. Trim that off. I don't think I have enough there to do another fly. I'll have to get another spool out. And then I'm going to use some thin UV. go at the top where I did that thread wraps there. Try to make this bulletproof. I don't know if that's possible for those false albies. And then cure that. And there you have it. My bird. Oh, I forgot to even trim those silver things here. Just past and there we have it. That's could be a good imitation. Maybe it'll fool those false albacore. All right. There it is. My version or take on a Silverside minnow for those false albacore up in North Carolina. And hopefully it'll do the trick and trick them. It's my variation of using the Clouser minnow to make that. All right. Hopefully we'll see you on the water. Give it a try. Check out Fly Fishers International, and the Southeast region seems to be pretty active. They're doing fishing trips at least 2 a year, and this is one of them. All right, we'll talk to you later and see you on the water.